Hello there, my name is Roel van der Veen, the owner of Keyrenter Property Management, and this week I wanted to share with you a case study that we came across, and I hope this is obviously useful and you can learn something from it if you were to own a condominium in Miami. So let's dive right in. So this is the property, as you can see here behind me, that we manage. It's in Miami Beach, a beautiful corner unit overlooking the sea. The building is a little bit older and that's why we had a plumbing issue that happened within the wall. So as you can see here, the bathroom usually looks like this, but then we got the call and yeah, we had a water leak inside the wall and it affected 5 different units all the way down. And the unit below, as you can see right there, the entire ceiling came down. So obviously not a great sight and something that we were, obviously quite worried about when that came and that happened. So I thought I'll share with you kind of the procedures that we take, as well as some common practices to take when dealing with condominiums and how they work, right? So when you're looking at condominiums, first thing you want to do is obviously fix the leak, right? Do that as soon as possible. So I was lucky enough, that I was around. So within an hour I was there. Plumber was there the next day to get everything fixed. So that's really, really important to try to prevent any future damages. Turn off the water. So when we turned off the water heater, we immediately knew that it was coming from our unit. Even though it was not visible, because obviously it was inside the wall, but you could hear it when you turn the water heater on and off. So a little bit about condominiums. So condominiums, all of them work a little bit different. It depends on the bylaws, right? But generally speaking, you own everything in between the 4 walls. That's obviously part from the owner, and anything outside of that would be the condominium's responsibility. Now, some things could be your responsibility if it's written like that in the bylaws. So, piping and stuff like that, that's related just to your unit, right? So maybe from the water heater going to the bathroom or going to the dishwasher, anything like that, that could be your responsibility. But obviously any outside plumbing, then obviously that's for the condominium as a whole. Now, what's really important is they run, obviously they're run by a board of directors and a president, and then they have the bylaws, which kind of states what are the rules and regulations and how it's run. So what we did, we immediately reviewed the bylaws, and it was written there pretty clearly, as you can see here, I just copy pasted it, that owners would only be liable if it was an act, neglect or carelessness, which obviously this wasn't the case. It's an old pipe, as you could see before, that burst inside the wall. So there's not much that we could do about it, which means that obviously we were not liable. The association obviously didn't agree with that, but there was a lot of back and forth discussions. But at the end of the day, they did finally decide to follow what we kind of believed was the right thing to do. So yeah, the association was responsible to fix these damages for all the units below and to claim that from their policy. That's the right procedure to take. In case the insurance doesn't cover and the damage is bigger than the insurance claims or there's any premiums, then that could be taken from each owner's unit below, from their own insurance would cover those damages of their property as well. So that's kind of the procedure, generally what you would take, and that's what we did as well. Very, very important. Please make sure to review this with a lawyer. We did that as well. It's important to get professional advice when reviewing these type of documents, because they can be a little bit unclear from time to time. And obviously you want to check as well whether it's in line with the statutes, which again points to about the same message. If you act, neglect or careless, it's also written in the statutes. That's when you would be responsible. So the key takeaway from this is make sure you have a great team in place when you either self-managing or obviously like a property manager like myself. I'm very fortunate my plumber was there the next day, get the problem fixed right away. I was able to lean and get advice from our real estate attorney, who could guide us on where to stand and what to tell, obviously the community manager. And understanding as well that the community manager is obviously hired by the board of directors and the president. So, mentioning that she should speak to them and get clarification that's usually the procedure how to work. So that's kind of helps a lot to have those team members in place. Like I said before, review the bylaws and statutes with a real estate lawyer, then you have a really good understanding on where you stand, and then most importantly, last but not least, stand by your decision, right? So halfway through, we were going on for about a week and a half, discussing on who's responsible, going back and forth, how those things go. And then the owner was kind of tired of it, so my client said, I'm willing to just pay for it and get it over and done with. We kind of told him, listen, stand by it, we will pay for it, we'll be happily paying for it, as long as obviously the association proves to us that we have to, right? So far there was only opinions, and they weren't able to give us in writing that it's written in the bylaws, hey look, you're responsible because of this. So yeah, we stood by it, and at the end of the day, they ended up paying for it, and obviously got my client off the hook. So those are the key takeaways from this case. If you come across any issue like this, or if you're tired of managing your property, obviously happy to help you guys out. Reach out, myself and my team will be happy to take care of any condominiums within Miami. All right, have a wonderful day.